Alright everybody, welcome to episode 297 of Psykos Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, I hope everybody got to enjoy the last episode of Our LPs Are Sealed. I got some decent reaction on that one. I still think it's really cool when you can come across little treasures like that. And also, check out if you're a Monkees or a Mickey Dolenz fan, check out the episode in regards to the new archival review from 7A Records, the Live in Japan. So, alright, got a whole, this is just going to be a mishmash episode, okay, guys, because I'm sorry, these last couple weeks have not really been good per se, okay. You know what, actually, if you have time, keep me in your prayers. I have a new doctor, a really good doctor, I think, in my opinion. She's like that. I have already been set up for several different appointments and tests, and also, as I get closer to maybe the decision, there could be a surgery coming, maybe between now and the end of the year. I don't know. I kind of hope so in a way, but it'd be good for me in the long run. So prayers for the mighty Psycho and his family, just like prayers to you guys out in the VC and your families, okay? So, let's start off with the DVDs and CDs that I snagged. Okay, good, yeah. I was hoping they were in here. Alright. I don't normally get DVDs that much anymore. I never seem to find musically related DVDs. This one here, I know it's a volume 2, but this is the first time I've ever come across From Time Life Doo-Wop Gold. Here's the front, here's the back. It says Doo-Wop 51 Love 2, which that was a celebration concert. This one here, I'm just going to read you the back. It says, recorded live May 16th and 17th of 2000 at the Benedum Center for the Performing Arts in downtown Pittsburgh. So you have, and there's, if I remember correctly for these, there's at least one original member in every one of these groups. But you got the Times, the Clovers, the Diamonds with Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs, the Chiffons, Don and Juan, you know, all kinds of fun, okay? There's other ones here. Betty Everett makes an appearance. The Five Keys. Really fun stuff. And I am a big old-school Simon & Garfunkel fan. I know Garfunkel's voice, I am led to believe, is pretty much shot, which is too bad, but I don't know. You know, I do not know what the problem is in regards to these two. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. I don't understand. The closest thing, you know, from what I am told, the 1983 album Hearts and Bones was actually going to be a Simon & Garfunkel record, and Simon supposedly says that, or was it Garfunkel that said that the songs were too personal, and that's the reason why he wasn't involved on the project. I'm probably getting this story wrong. But this one here, Old Friends Live on Stage. Here's the front, here's the back. Some pretty neat little stuff, though. I mean, you got all of this live material. And then, of course, there's special features. Rarely seen 1970s archival TV footage. But I'm looking forward to seeing this because, like I said, I am a big Simon & Garfunkel fan. Now, these ones here were in a flea market booth. And sometimes this particular flea market booth here in Rogers, Arkansas amazes me because you never can tell what CDs that they're going to pull out. This one here is normally a hard rock heavy metal bent, but I've never come across from 1992 Pride and Glory's album on Geffen. This is basically Zakk Wylde, a nice little power trio here, a nice little, how should I say this, a different route from what he was doing with Ozzy. Very, really cool stuff. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet. And also this one here, the reason why I got this one is because I'm from the Chicagoland area, to find this down here was kind of a surprise. Now, okay, it says 1999 MACE Music, okay? Holland's Wake Up the Neighborhood. Now, Holland was a big band in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s in Chicagoland. Mike Baccio, otherwise known as Michelangelo, who would end up going to Nitro. If you are a speed metal, heavy metal, you know, Nitro was Michelangelo, and Jim Gillette was the singer, and you had a bunch of other ones. Freight Train is the one that comes to mind. It was the 4-neck guitar Michael was going crazy on. But before that, he was in a band called Holland, like I said, from the Chicagoland area. I caught that. They used to perform at the Thirsty Whale. I wish I could have caught him at the Thirsty Whale, but Thirsty Whale in River Grove, Illinois. They would play there and a bunch of other places. Little Monsters was the big album that came out, the only album on Atlantic Records. Came out in 85, 86, if I remember correctly. It did okay regionally, but it didn't do good anywhere else. I happen to have 2 copies of that, one autographed by the whole entire band. This here, the Wake Up the Neighborhood, is actually demos that were recorded before that album came out. 5 of the songs on here out of the 12 land on that album, and you have 7 unreleased here. And so here's the front, here's the back. Discogs, surprisingly enough, had this for $40 and more. I can't wait to listen to this either, to tell you the truth, but this is probably going to be a keeper in my local music collection, okay? Alright. All these next few albums mostly were trades. They were trades when I sold stuff for the record store and managed to get some of these. And I think one of them was a flea market booth, too. In fact, I think we're going to go to the flea market booth stuff first. So, outside of town, short 20-minute drive. I haven't been over there in a few months, okay? There's this one guy that's got record booths in almost every antique market there is in the Northwest Arkansas area. But you never know what he's going to have. So like I said, the last time I went down to this one, that's how I found the 1972 Nectar's Tab in the Ocean. Huh, man. So what did I find but a small stash of Mike Nesmith solo albums? That's right, stuff that's been on my want list. Nevada Fighter. Yes, yes, yes. I could not believe that I found this. Here's the front, here's the back. Just to show you, I cannot find the other one, which really ticks me off. Where is it? Where the hell did I put it? Ah, here we go. He had a concept. He had 3 albums. It was red, white, and blue. Okay, I can't find the damn blue one. I know I have it here, but so here's your first one. You know, with good old Loose Salute. It's not in the best of shape. And then, like I said, you got Nevada Fighter, and then the blue one. I'm sorry, it's escaping me. But Nevada Fighter, Grand Deny, Prop Iniquity, Nevada Fighter, Texas Morning. But you know what? The only things I don't like, Dynaflex. I hate Dynaflex. And all those ones are on Dynaflex. So Nevada Fighter. What else did I get? That's right. Pretty much your Texas Standard Ranch Stanch. Yeah, I've been looking for this one too. Here's the front. Here's the back. Of course on RCA as well. Can't show you the inside cover, kids. There's a reason why. But with this one here, some of Shelley's Blues, just, you know, there's a lot of fun stuff. I really dig it. I'm happy to find these things because Mike Nesmith, whether you want to agree or not, is one of the fathers of country rock. He really, really is. I loved him in the Monkees. I love his solo stuff too, as you people already know. So I found this. The next one, I remember when I was growing up, was deemed at the time a hard album to find, at least in the 80s. So when I came across 3 copies of this album this year, it really surprised me. Now, the only reason why that this one was cheaper, the vinyl was really good. There is a slight cut on part of the cover, but from 1968 on Dot Records, Mike Nesmith presents The Wichita Train Whistle Sings. Here's the front, here's the back. This is a cutout. In fact, that's the reason why I got, I mean, I know you can, it goes all the way from here to here, but it's like, realistically, it's just here because the thing opens up. In essence, and from what I'm led to believe based on the research that I did, is that Mike had the concept for this album in 1968. I want to say it was between Birds, Bees, and Monkeys and Head. Alright? So he came up with the idea for this and went to Cold Gems. And Cold Gems was like, pass. So Mike went off and he asked, I guess, he goes, well, am I allowed to turn? Yep. So it landed on Dot, which of course Dot was mostly known as a country label. Makes sense, kind of, right? In essence, what this whole album is instrumentals of his tunes. Nothing really spectacular, but there is some interesting takes on his material. It's mostly the Wrecking Crew. He produces this, but the Wrecking Crew are behind him, and I guess on occasional banjo, Doug Dillard. The story goes that supposedly RCA went off in their studios, this was recorded, and RCA put in catering, including booze. Yeah, when you got catering and booze and you got a bunch of studio musicians, from what I'm led to believe, it started getting looser and looser and looser as it's going along. Like I said, it's a neat little curio is what it is. And if you're a Mike Nesmith fan, grab it. Go listen to some of it on YouTube, though, first, okay? That's my recommendation. Me, I wanted to have this. Alright, next. Okay. I'm a big Black Oak, Arkansas fan. I am. Mr. Jim Dandy. Yeah! With his washboard. So, I've got almost a complete vinyl discography on Black Oak, but I didn't have this, and I kind of got it because of the cover. This is from 1974. It's called Early Times. Here's the front. Here's the back. Sorry if there may be glare on all these plastics. This is on Stax Records because band is already famous by 1974, but in 1969, they were not known as the Black Oak, Arkansas. They were known as the Nobody Else. And they recorded an album on Stax. They also cut a 45 on Hip Records, which was a Stax subsidiary. And in 69, it didn't go nowhere. Okay, it stiffed. So they're like, oh, surprise, we'll put it back out. Now, I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, but like I said, you're talking standard classic Black Oak lineup. Alright, you guys know how much I like my local rock of Chicagoland, right? I found a promo 45 a couple years back with the picture sleeve, the one I'm going to show you. Trilliant on Epic Records, 1978, that's right. Now, I love this cover, that's cool. Here's the front, here's the back. Now, you have 2 people that pretty much came out of this band. Alright, Patrick Leonard for one. Patrick Leonard, keyboardist, arranger, producer. He would end up going to work with such people as Madonna, if I remember correctly, Madonna, Peter Cetera, handful of other ones in the 80s and 90s, alright? Dennis Fredrickson, who's the singer on this, would end up in Toto after Bobby Kimball's first dismissal after Toto 4. He would land on the Isolation album, which I didn't mind that album. I don't know if you're a Toto fan out there, but I mean, I like the song Stranger in Town. That was the hit I remember that came off of their MTV showed the video for that. That album is just fine. He had the pipes on him, and unfortunately he's passed away too. And let's see here. Of course, on your Target Epic. Beautiful, nice and minty, by the way, for the Trilliant. Okay. Next. Nas. I'm a big Nas fan. I am. But this is not a original, unfortunately. This is the 1984 Rhino Records reissue, but it's on red vinyl. I couldn't pass this up. Nice and minty also. Just, man, oh man. You know, okay, so Carson Van Osten, he's dead. He was the bass player. Alright. And Stewie's still alive. And, oh, my head hurts. But, 3/4 of the band is still alive, okay? Stewie and Tom Mooney, that's what I wanted to say. Oh, and an interesting little thing, if this is the same person I'm thinking, the recording engineer is James Lowe. Is that James Lowe as in Electric Prunes? James Lowe? Could be, Lord knows. But, so the thing is that Stewie and Mooney got together before the Virus That Will Not Be Named and did a gig together. And I went off and I suggested, I'm like, hey, there should be a new, even if it was an EP, Nas, and see if Todd Rundgren could at least guest on a cut. I want to do a petition for that. Lord knows, I brought it up into several different music sites. We could get a mini Nas reunion, nothing crazy. I would like to see at least a new EP of music. I think that'd be nice. Alright, everybody knows that I love the Yardbirds. This is actually in relatively decent shape, but I can scratch this one off the list from 1966, and it's a mono press, over, under, sideways, down. Yes, over, under, sideways, down. Which now, as far as for my US discography, the only one I'm still looking for is the For Your Love album. The first one with Eric. So, I've only ever come across one copy of that, and they wanted, I mean, it was minty, but it was a ridiculous amount of money. And I'm like, I don't think so. But, so, like I said, I just have one left on the US discography of original run, and then I gotta go and get the 2 UK, the 5 Live Yardbirds and Roger the Engineer. Get those, and I pretty much would have mostly all the classic stuff. Alright, I think I said before, sometimes I got on a Turtles kick, so how about from 66, You Baby, Let Me Be? Yes, Turtles, can't pass up Turtles. There was a recent reissue campaign for all of the Turtles on vinyl, and Howard Kaylan, Mark Volan approved all the stuff. It's kind of nice. This is actually wow, wow, one teensy scuff mark. Not too shabby on a nice white whale. I'd like to get a hold of that that white whale double comp from Record Store Day. Okay, I was going to try to show an Elvis episode. It didn't happen. I got a nice little Elvis picture disc. I didn't pay too much for it, but I will admit, you got a little bit of a tear here. But I pretty much got it for a handful of reasons. Number one, I'm a sucker for picture discs. It's the same picture both sides, okay? This came out in 1978. There is a lot of unknown artists on here that take a stab at tribute songs for Elvis. The coolest one was Raul Donner. Raul Donner made an appearance on this picture disc in 1978. he was mostly known in the 60s. He was some people called him an Elvis sound-alike. And yeah, believe it or not, he got close. The only other one that made it big, if you can even call it that, Bill Everett. He cut a couple country albums for RCA in the early 1980s. So, to Elvis, Love's Still Burning. That's right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby price. Let's see. Was that it? Yeah. Yeah, that was it, kids. Alright, so... New subscriber, Nicholas Murphy, thank you very much for subbing. Always, you know, just please like and sub the channel. Also, I have a couple of YouTube channels I want to talk about, if that's okay with you. My son, if you like travelogues, my oldest son, Michael, has started a new channel called Pease's Places. Pease's Places, because that is my last name. Peases Places. And he's already got about 8-9 episodes already. You might be able to be interested in that. Also, one of my dearest friends... Where is it? Did I really do this to myself? Yeah. One of my dearest friends... you know what? Go look at her channel, too. Yarning with Angela. Yeah, that's right, Angela. I told you I was gonna call you out. Angela is a beautiful dear friend of mine. She really, really is. And she does craft videos. She also does some cooking videos too. I've dabbled a little bit actually today on the channel. So Pease's Places and Yarning with Angela. Okay. Let's see, what else? Remember, kids, October 9th through the 16th, Mighty Psycho will be in Northwest Illinois. Anybody that is in that area that has got a half a day to spare, let's go do a record crawl. I haven't done one in a long time. I probably could grab a couple friends. We'll definitely have some fun with it. You can either leave me messages here in the comments below or go off and email all lowercase psyko_dj@yahoo.com. Like I said, the 9th through the 16th, Northwest Illinois. Record crawl with Mighty Psycho. That'd be fun. That'd be fun, I honestly think. I'm trying to think here. Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams. I haven't said anything about them for the last couple episodes. I'm sorry. Sunday night, 6 to 9 p.m. and 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. My old way of listening to it seemed to have gone away. So I have the last few shows I've been listening on 87.7 WVOA, Syracuse, New York, through the Tuned In app. You're able to listen through Tuned In. Okay. So that's those two. I don't know, guys. Just the YouTube vinyl community. Without the YouTube vinyl community, none of us would be here, right? So, you want a little hint as to what maybe one of the future episodes is? I was hoping to grab a copy of this because this was god-awful for me to find. But I finally found it. How about the new Kansas album, Absence of Presence? Yeah. Sony, courtesy of Sony Music and Inside Out. This is the second album from this classic 70s prog rock band that, you know, the last one I reviewed, The Prelude Implicit, went back to their 70s prog roots in parts. I loved it. I've heard the single, Jetstream. I like that one too. Cannot wait to listen and review this for you. Alright, that'll probably be next episode. Till then, guys, I love you. Take care. God bless. Rock on. And you know what, VC? We need to feel the love and give the love back. Take care.